Previously on Star Trek Resurgence.
Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour.
What exactly are we getting involved in here?
This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Illidians have shared a mining operation there. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Illidians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari, but the details remain scant. True peace is not merely the absence of war. And as such, this conflict will surely come again. There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Illidians as a source of dilithium.
So we've already played a part in this. We're morally obligated to make this right.
Given the Federation's involvement in the Illidium dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Ryder could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Hotari Prime.
With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours.
What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict.
And what about the Kobliad?
She's not part
She
of...
can speak for herself, can't she? Then let her. If after all the Kobliad suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control, would you take it? Or would you negotiate a peace?
There is no remedy for what the Kobliad suffered. And I fear who we might have become in pursuit of it. There is no justice if the oppressed become the oppressor. So I would willingly accept a peaceful resolution if it were offered. That is the real opportunity.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? The Federation has done business with the Illidians for decades, which makes me question your motives.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without Illidian involvement. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies! The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries. So tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on Tau? Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari or the Illidians? It can only be one or the other, not both.
If I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation make any other choice?
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all credibility.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Illidians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
Even though the Hotari should have control of the mines, some of the Illidian claims are still valid.
There you're wrong, but we can agree to disagree.
I saw you speaking with Sidron, our national hero.
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands. He's a minor, not a diplomat. I was one of the Queen's most trusted advisors. And I hope to prove myself worthy of being so again. Which is why you're here. My fear has been that the Illidians will launch an attack and crush us. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to. But it never happened. I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Save some of that for when I get back.
You've got a deal.
Etzelar de Diaz. If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go.
Warp field inversion and a cascade failure. Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed.
It is evident that presently, the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself?
This is close enough. Stop the engines. Deploying the probe.
Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1. On.
Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp travel.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally.
These concentrations, they line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger.
Galvin and Sidron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time. I found something. I'm sending you a scan.
Tylus managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon, originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol.
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated with the ancient Takan Empire.
Fascinating. The Takan were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hotari found Takan technology? The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
We have Takan technology on board right now?
We might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
Petty Officers Diaz and Etzelar, where is the crystal formation that you found in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign Calloway with performing a full analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security brought it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't know anything about it. Security never checked it in.
Miranda never got there? Computer, locate Petty Officer Miranda Marist.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on Deck 5.
Someone improperly pulled these isolinear chips. Miranda, you in here? Hello? Hey! Miranda? Commander Westbrook said the crystal formation we found in the shuttle never made it to the containment lab.
I don't know why he'd say that. I brought them there myself. Whatever he told you, he got it wrong. All I know is where I left them.
If that's the case, let's both go down there and find them. It's that simple.
I don't have time for that. I have work to do.
I saw the data terminal and the isolinear chips. Were you copying data? There's no one else in here. I want a straight answer, Miranda. What are you doing here?
Etzelar de Diaz. What's the holdup?
Don't answer that.
You are seriously out of line, Miranda. First you tried to run, now this?
I'm not going to stand here and debate you.
Diaz, you were sent here with specific orders, and fighting your crewmate wasn't one of them. What the hell is going on here?
She attacked me.
That's ridiculous.
And tried to get away with this. She was copying data onto it. I must have interrupted her when I came in.
This drive is unauthorized.
Check the data on this drive. I'm sure it'll show her access codes were used. And there were probably files copied while I was still with you two in engineering.
I don't know what's going on here, but I think we need to call it into security. She can explain herself in the brig.
Hold on a minute. We don't need to put this on anyone's permanent record. Miranda, maybe you're feeling out of sorts and we should head to sickbay so the doc can check you out?
Let's take her to sickbay. It's better than the brig, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
We need to know what's down there. What the Hotari are hiding, to better understand what we're up against. And to neutralize it if we can. Which is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau. Can't afford any mistakes. We all know what we need to do. Dismissed.
Previous. Oh, that would have been awkward to have the whole loop around, huh? Hello, and welcome back to Star Trek Resurgence. I just wanted to tell you a little something that happened to me right before the stream. So I was making myself a little peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and my butter knife fell in the space between the stove and the counter. And let me tell you, don't put your hand there. It's bad. So we definitely have a lot of ground to cover today. We are going to the moon of Tau. We're gonna get our girlfriend checked out in the sick bay, and we're gonna see the ramifications of our choices on the ship where absolutely nothing can go wrong. So, I'm just gonna double check my sound levels here because things were a little weird. And switch over to the game. That's the one I'm looking for. Yes. All right. Let us begin. And before we get started, I'm going to warn you. So the last time I played this, there was some weirdness about the frame rate. Going through the canyon, the frame rate will unlock to be whatever the monitor is, and then it'll go back down to 30. So it'll be a little odd. I just want to double check my volume compared to the game's. All right. Let's go.
Rydek here.
This is Irma. Any trouble getting to the surface?
I'm really starting to miss transporters.
As long as this storm is around, you'd better learn to like shuttles. But But if you can find the cause of the interference, we might be able to get back to transporting.
As if I needed another incentive. We both know there's a lot more than that riding on this.
Fair enough. You'll need to get in and out of the mine undetected, so I hope Minister Tylus can help in that regard.
So do I.
And to keep this covert, we'll refrain from contact unless absolutely necessary.
Understood. Rydick out. The ionic interference is coming from underground. I should find a safer way down there.
You know it smelled crazy in there. I would not like to find a whole civilization worshipping a butter knife in my kitchen. I've had vermin before. They're not fun. I mean, really, there already is probably some sort of civilization. Check. Don't ever look between your stove and your counter until you move out of the house, like, unless you really need to. All right. Let's go.
I saw your shuttle take off. Hopefully no one else did. It's good to see you. Even under these unfortunate circumstances.
Thank you for agreeing to this. You've already taken risks on our behalf. It means a great deal that you would do so again.
If it's for my people, no risk is too great.
Lead the way. I'll fill you in on what we've learned about the situation.
Follow me.
The device Galvin and Sidron brought back from the mines is being used to control some sort of warp disruption weapon that has the Resolute trapped in Hotari space. According to our readings, the power source for that device is on this moon, at the specific coordinates I sent you.
That sounds impossible. But explains the rumors of the Hotari controlling the ionic storm.
We strongly suspect the device was created by an ancient empire known as the Takan.
The Takan?
Once the most powerful civilization in the galaxy. But they've been gone for over 600,000 years.
It's hard to believe there's something like that on Tau.
Which is why I need proof. If we find hard evidence that Galvin and his allies are hiding dangerous Takan technology, I can convince the Federation to let us intervene.
Understood. We're almost there.
That's the mine?
Prospect 614 North, Subdivision 20.
It's enormous.
Just one of the thousands across Tau. The pride of Hotari.
How do we get inside?
The structure that circles the mine has entry points for transporting equipment into the lower levels. They're guarded, but nothing I can't get past using my authority.
Well, that's good to hear.
As long as you can avoid being seen, I should be able to talk my way past any miner. And provide a little distraction for you in the process.
How do I avoid being seen?
You don't use the door. How dare you! Don't you know who I am? I am Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
That's not...
The Queen would be furious to hear you tried to deny me entry.
the Queen. But I just...
You just what? Just now realize the trouble you've made for yourself? And who exactly do you think you're going to report this to? Because I'll be reporting it as well, to someone much further up the ladder. You have no authority here. Do you understand who pays your wage? I can inform the Queen directly of this insolence.
There's no
You'll
need
regret
for...
everything you've said here today. You should have
Someone
opened the
takes
doors
their
the
breaks up
second
here.
I appeared before you.
Maybe the same guard who left that window unlocked.
Protocol. I didn't know
I suppose the view is nice.
Will be recorded, processed, and permanently marked on your record. I can't believe this. Does your brain function? Do you speak our tongue?
Minister, I have orders.
How could a fellow Hotari not understand this? You're digging your own grave. I've reached the end of my patience. Escort me to the maintenance bay.
I told you I can't just...
Now!
Okay. Let's get a look inside you.
Lead the way.
Full system access. Let's see if I can just... Bingo. Better hurry. Not sure how long she can keep him busy. Might control the exit door. Need to see inside it. Something in here is keeping that door closed. Got it. Should remove the security check on the door.
I didn't come here to educate an imbecile on royal protocol.
Of course not, Minister.
So I will be about my business here, and you will take yourself out of my sight. There you are.
You really let that guy have it.
It worked, didn't it? I'm used to having to throw my weight around.
I'm impressed. I didn't know you had it in you.
There's a lot you don't know about me. Underestimate me at your peril.
The catwalks were booby-trapped.
Galvin and Sidron have gone to great lengths to keep out the uninvited. Well, we're inside. Where do you want to start?
The ionic interference is coming from below us. We need to go deeper.
That lift goes down, at least to the changeover station. But we can't use it without DNA authorization from one of the guards.
I have an idea, but we need a few samples of DNA from the miners who work here.
Samples?
Fingerprints, sweat, blood.
Which will trick the machine and get us control of the lift.
That's the theory. Let's test it.
All right. So, we've got a lot of investigating to do. Let's start from here and do all of these. I am wondering if there is a Tylus and Jara sort of thing going on here. Alright.
That's an enormous tractor beam.
One of our strongest. The miners dump everything they find into the center, and the tractor beam moves it all up into the collector ship.
You sound a little proud of it.
The Illydians may have given us new tools, but the methods of excavation are all Hotari designed.
Think of anything else that might help?
No, sorry, I've been distracted. I've been to the mines before, but only during official state visits. In better days, even the Illydians show deference to the Queen. Those days are gone, and I'm sure we were shielded from the harsher war conditions.
Outside your comfort zone?
To put it mildly, but I'm sure we can handle it together.
Sorry, I was trying to find a nice kind of camera angle there to get them both talking, but I ended up just making myself dizzy. But again, thinking that that's a bit of a flirt.
No luck. Unless this console thinks I'm a Hotari guard, it won't work.
The guards work out of that building back there. Might have some DNA.
Do you think we could just find a way to climb over this?
Possibly. But the console on the lift itself is locked by the same system that locks this ramp.
No shortcuts then.
I'm sure you can figure something out.
This facility doesn't seem well maintained. What's in all these containers?
These contain mining supplies. Tools, energy packs for machinery.
Shouldn't mining supplies be inside the mines?
It is troubling. If the workers here aren't mining...
An Illydian console.
All the managerial technology in the mines is Illydian.
So they can keep an eye on their investment.
That's how it is.
Hopefully that guard stays outside.
Oh, he will.
Alright. My phone's buzzing. Let's see.
Hygiene clearly isn't a priority down here. Wow, that is a lot of DNA. I should look for the most concentrated spots. This'll work.
This is what all of your phones look like. Especially this one. Oh, nasty.
That's a stable DNA sample. It's only partial, but a few more should do it.
Ooh. What is that? Clothing? Yeah.
Promising.
That's a towel. And it stinks. It's true to life.
Good. That's another I could use. Just need one more sample. Hotari must be tough on the inside, too.
Once again, I'm going to judge some of this food as we did at the intro of the game. I don't think I can actually look at it closer. Oh, we'll find out how it smells. Don't worry. It looks like they got little bread buns, little meat things, and oh, sorry, my phone buzzed, as I imagine most of you in Quebec also have. Is that cucumber? And cutlery.
If they eat in here, it's likely there's some DNA in the room. Not concentrated enough. I should try somewhere else.
What is this? I don't know what this is supposed to be. Like a juice dispenser? I will not accept any speculation.
Almost looks like coffee. Almost. I'll have some Ractigino when I get back to the ship. Some kind of glowing mineral being used as a light source. Might want one of these for my cabin, actually.
Yeah, they, the Hotari also believe that, the ions from salt lamps, they pulled him in all the way from the Himalayas to bring him here. I have one. It is, it's nice. Here we go. We got a nice view of this meal. Let's see.
Leftovers. I should give this a scan.
That's like beef tartare. It looks like they use little chopsticks, but they're like pincers. Like, look at the, I'm just gonna zoom in. Can I zoom in? I do not have a full screen one, but so we can just kind of look here. Got some, they've got like tongs. They're not quite chopsticks, and like 5 pieces of caramel stuck together, or a cubic tamale. Let's see what we got.
There's gotta be stable DNA here.
A single pronged utensil. So maybe it's just a fork with a weird shape. Oh, we got some teeth prints.
Perfect. That's enough to make the DNA profile.
Maybe
Time
that's
to go back to the lift.
soup. Maybe that's what's in here. It could be Rose from Resident Evil 8, but it's a big soup jug. They don't have bowls, but they could like drink soup out of cups. They could empty out all the forks from here. They got this little incense burner. Enough judgment about this alien species. It's not, who are we to judge, right? Like, they're clearly not working in the best conditions, for many reasons. It's part of the reason we're here.
You're not coming inside?
There are some things I'd rather not smell.
Ah.
There it is.
It worked. Theory proven.
I'll get it started.
Ready?
I'm a little afraid of what we might find down there.
We'll be okay. I've survived worse than this.
Well, I haven't. But I'll put my faith in you. For now.
This is that elevator from Metal Gear Solid 1.
Jara. No, stay back. There's a guard at the station. You'll have to hide.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
You watch your tone with me. I'm Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs. I speak for the Queen herself.
This is a restricted area. No one gains access without the approval of Galvin or Sidron.
Wait.
Jues Gawad Abowencha.
Let me go!
Are you all right?
I don't know.
Are you injured?
No, I thought if I could talk my way through like always, I'd be fine, but... I'm a diplomat. This isn't what I do. I've never even fired a weapon. This is just... It's real now. I wasn't ready for this.
Hey, I'll keep you safe.
Can you?
I was a tactical officer before I was posted to the Resolute. I know my way around a phaser. You saw how I handled our large friend here.
I suppose that is somewhat reassuring. My authority has never been challenged like that. It meant nothing to him.
So we should assume any Hatari we encounter from here on can't be reasoned with.
Agreed. The only loyalty they have down here is to Galvin and Sidron.
Can you switch over the lift?
The guard should have a scan card that will allow us to operate the switch.
An Illydian disruptor.
I assume the miners took weapons from the Illydians before they fled the mines.
That explains some of how the uprising happened, but not enough.
Should we take it with us?
No. My phaser is more efficient. Unless you want it.
Oh no. Weapons aren't my thing.
That's some serious armor.
Conditions in the mines are harsh, even for Hotari.
Got it.
He's not dead, is he? He's still one of my people, and I didn't come here to take Hotari lies.
My phaser's set to stun. He'll be perfectly fine, just unconscious for a while.
I see. We don't have that sort of technology on our weapons.
Good to know. The energy readings are emanating from this tunnel. It's sure to be guarded in there. Stay low and follow my lead. Is that all dilithium?
Not all of it. We excavate large chunks of rock that contain varying amounts of dilithium ore. It's sorted and processed at the collector ship above.
More guards.
I take it as a sign we're getting close.
I'll get a closer look. Looks like they've improvised a barrier.
Yes, we must be getting closer.
Five 5.56ers and pineapples. Colonel, What's a Russian gunship doing here?
We need that particular card, don't we?
I'm afraid so.
We don't have time to wait for them to finish whatever they're doing. We'll have to try to keep low and sneak past them.
I'm starting to see the utility of a phaser.
I wouldn't stand a chance against all three of them. Can you open that door?
Not without that scan card.
I don't like our options here. I have to get us that card so we can open the door.
How? If they detect you, Galvin and Sidron's followers are clearly willing to kill to protect whatever's in this mine.
Hey, I'm trained for this. I'll be fine.
What should I do?
Avoid being seen. Stick to the edge of the room, and meet me at the door.
Alright, here we go. This was the part of the game that I was dreading after I looked through all the little tutorials that you can see in the pause menu. And here it is. Mandatory stealth sequence. We can sneak faster, slower, stay crouched. They have a little icon above their heads. And we can observe their paths to learn their patterns. We'll stay a while and take a look at what they have to say for themselves. But also, yeah. I guess it's like a necessary evil or something. I don't know.
Analysis in progress.
In these bits, you also have the red Call of Duty Raspberry Jam at the edges of the screen to highlight the level of danger you might be in terms of being spotted. So, there we go.
Are we sure the Lydians won't try something else?
They saw our power, are resolved. They're terrified of us.
Until the plan is complete, we're vulnerable.
Then get back to work, and we'll complete the plan more quickly. Processing. I can taste our victory.
To be fair, to be entirely fair to this stealth sequence, and you know, it's one of those things you see in video games. You see the guy going from one point to another, back and forth.
Here.
But
we need more light in here.
In Star Trek,
almost complete.
They have what, like 50 computers to do, like they have screens all over the place. So this happening would be contrived in any other game, but I totally forgive it here. Anyway, let's not waste more time. Aha.
Must be seeing things. How long is Galvin going to make us wait?
I'm not worried. He's let us well so far.
I'd melt if I went through there.
We've been waiting for so long.
Patience, brother. We'll get our chance. It's inevitable after all.
That it is. Almost done here.
Stay close. What?
Motion sensors. They'll trigger an alarm. We'll be found.
Invisible to the naked eye.
They could be anywhere. How will we get through?
I'm going to tell you, the first time I played through this sequence, I absolutely was quoting Metal Gear Solid the whole way through, and my partner did not understand any of it. I won't do the same here, but I'll let you all appreciate that thought, because I was definitely wondering how I was going to get through here without cigarettes, and I remembered my wonderful thermal goggle, tricorder. Really though, you can see the lasers. So I'm just gonna walk. We could also, we haven't failed anything outright yet, and I've not seen what happens if you do get caught. So let's take a look into the parallel reality where Jara Rydek is very bad at her job. Hey, Tylus, let's go right ahead.
No!
Stay close.
I was secretly hoping that it would
Stop.
be poison gas.
What?
Motion sensors. They'll trigger an alarm. We'll be found.
Invisible to the naked eye.
They could be anywhere. How will we get through?
Alright, so if I actually hit the lasers this time around, you can all make fun of me because I will be trying this time to, not be a goofball. Counterpoint, why would Jara Rydek need cigarettes when she is already smoking? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was funnier in my head. Hey, look, we made it.
This?
It's where the uprising started. Hotari don't do this. We defend ourselves, but we don't kill on this scale, this level of savagery.
There's no such thing as a bloodless rebellion.
I don't know if we should keep going. So much death. I don't want to end up like them.
We'll make sure they didn't die for nothing. What we learn here could save the rest of your people.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever happened here, it made the Illydians abandon the mines. Let's find out what they're so scared of. These crystalline particles, they're not dilithium. Are they common in the mines?
Not that I've ever seen.
Is this the effects of an Elydian disruptor?
Yes.
Disruptors are cruel weapons. Hotari. And Elydian. Both sides took a beating. The Hotari fortified the side of the room opposite the door. It's a good tactic, but a few crates aren't going to stop fully armed Elydian soldiers. How did they win? From the blast marks, it looks like the Elydians had far greater firepower. Footprints. Elydian boots. Running back the way we came. Tylus.
What?
What kind of weapon did this?
This is like nothing I've ever seen or heard of. My people don't have a weapon that does this.
What else can you tell me?
This part fucks me up. Also, yeah, that cutscene definitely... Tyler should learn to look me in the eye when she talks to me, I think. Just unkind, you know? Yeah, this is an awful way to die.
What an awful way to die. This must be why the Elydians are so afraid. Technology that surpasses their own, in the hands of the Hotari that they've lorded over for centuries.
Where did this weapon come from?
Well, the crystals are giving off tetrametric pulses. If I set my tricorder to search for that frequency, it'll lead us right to the source.
Like, look at this guy. God.
This makeshift barrier forced the Elydians to enter from the service corridor, creating a choke point. Quite the advanced tactic for a species that's never waged war. This Elydian tried to run.
They didn't let him.
The Elydians shot to kill.
But if they killed him, why was he shot in the back?
Huh, you're right. The shot came from the side the Hotari were defending.
We don't kill our own. And he wasn't just caught in the middle.
Killed by the same crystallization as the Elydian.
Whose side was the killer on?
Tylus, you may not want to look down there.
I've come too far to... What is this?
They've been dumping bodies down here.
Unforgivable. Galvin and Sidron will be made to answer for this.
Think they parked this here on purpose?
One way to find out.
Need any help?
I've got it.
This concentration of tetrametric radiation has never been recorded. Whatever they're hiding, it's right through here.
It kills me that we missed a couple of prompts in the previous room, but in case you were curious, it's another corpse, and it's a brief explanation of the giant machine that Tylus was on, which is a boring machine for tunnels. And all those glowing bits in the front are lasers, or whatever.
This feels strange.
The crystals are increasing, growing outward, replacing the soil.
It's like an infection. A parasite. Growing inside Tau.
Incredible.
This is definitely not Hotari.
It's the remnants of the Tucan Empire.
I don't think we should be here.
This is exactly where we should be. Every strange thing we've seen in this system, it might all come from this room. We need to learn everything we can. Somewhat resembles a transporter pad. Look familiar?
It's almost identical to the console Galvin has hidden in the palace. It looks like a control surface. What are we looking at?
It's made of the same crystalline material as the rest of this place. But I can't tell much else. Might be some kind of sleep mode. I can't analyze this further unless it starts working normally.
Maybe we can turn it on from somewhere else.
Hopefully. Let's keep looking around. How are you holding up?
I knew Galvin and Sidron were dangerous. Now I know they're more powerful than I could have imagined. But the worst of it is knowing they got there by turning our people against their own. This place feels wrong.
I'll get what I need, and we can get out of here.
Thank you. Is it too, convenient that we found this place unguarded?
There's an old Earth saying about never looking a gift horse in the mouth.
What's a horse?
Never mind.
Sorry, the controls are wigging out on me a little bit. The floor is quite beautiful, and so is the architecture, you know, like, I really like that, PlayStation 1 vibe. It's just got that hominess to it. This would be a really nice carpet, though. Even like a wall art, you know? Yeah. Anyway.
Can your device read this?
It can roughly translate the words, but we don't have enough Taconian language on record to understand how it's structured.
Oh well.
Looks like some sort of replicator.
I can't get it to work.
It has power. Must be looking for some other kind of authorization.
Missing here. Ah.
What is it?
The device's primary function is to transmute lithium into this quantized crystalline compound. Possibly for the creation of weapons.
Do you think one of these was used on that Elydian in the tunnels?
Such a cruel weapon.
Looks like we're done on this side. Let's check out the other end of the room. Saw some nice computers over there. Ah, a Zelda puzzle.
This suggests there's some type of complex life form contained within each crystal.
Life form? There's something alive in these tiny crystals?
That's what it says, but hard to imagine how that's possible. Our science division will have a field day with this. We need to study it on the ship. Crystallized lithium compound. Its internal structure is extremely ordered. In fact, the states of these crystals on a subatomic level suggests a storage device of some kind. Energy levels are both stable and ordered, like information. Some of them appear to be depleted.
What kind of information would you deplete?
see it.
What's happening?
Someone turned it on.
There's no one here. But maybe the device I saw in the palace can send a signal?
If that's the case, we may not be alone for long. Let's hurry.
I can feel the power coming off it.
I've never seen this kind of energy before. I'll need to record this with my tricorder. This can't be right. It's putting out almost 50 zettajoules of energy.
I assume that's a lot?
Enough to power this entire quadrant. This amount of power, the kind of radiation it's putting out, it's the cause of the storm. The warp disrupting beam, all of it.
What do we do now?
We get back to the Resolute. They have to know about this. Come on, let's... Quickly. We have to hide.
This is outrageous! I demand you let me go!
No need to complain. You're about to receive a gift beyond your wildest imagination. If anything, I consider it an honor.
What is that? What are you doing?
You'll see soon enough.
I can influence the course of the negotiations. I can make sure the Hotari get the better end of the bargain.
So can I.
She'll get better. She has to.
The doc's on her way here to check Miranda out. We did the right thing, bringing her here. She was off, from as soon as she came off the shuttle. Talking about a distress call. Everything.
I just want to make sure she's okay. This isn't like her.
We'll get her fixed up. You should talk to her. Keep her spirits up.
And to think, yesterday I couldn't wait to get back on the Resolute. To get back to see you. You can't imagine how stupid I feel right now. I can't even believe it myself.
Hey, this This is just a bump in the road. But we'll get through it. Together. You and me.
I'd like to believe that. I'm scared, Carter. I don't want to find out that there's something really wrong with me. Something they can't fix. Or even explain.
Look, ignorance is never the answer. We need to go after this as aggressively as a breach in the warp core.
It doesn't mean I'm gonna like what they find out.
There she is. It's good that you brought her here. Petty Officer Maris and the rest of the security away team skipped the bioscan when they came back from Otari. And they've been impossible to track down since. We don't know what kind of pathogens they might have picked up.
Is that going to...
Sit still. This will just take a moment.
You're looking at me like I'm some kind of science experiment. Or a monster.
Did you realize you skipped the bioscan? I mean, if you weren't
Don't
feeling
try to
right...
blame me for this, Diaz.
What is it? A pathogen?
No. That's not Petty Officer Miranda Maris. I don't know who that is, but it's not Miranda. I know that sounds hyperbolic, but that's the simplest way to put it.
Doc, she's been acting strange, but she talks like Miranda. She knows what Miranda knows.
That may be, but the genetic material, the brainwaves I'm getting from her, well, there are enough differences with what's in Miranda's 15501 that I cannot say with certainty this is the petty officer we left Starbase with. I guess you could call the process bioforming. This body is Miranda's, but her DNA is changing into something else. But what's more troubling is there appears to be another mind layered on top of her baseline brain scans. Miranda isn't in control. Someone else is.
That explains a lot. But it's not the explanation I wanted to hear.
There's no sugarcoating in my sickbay.
But the real Miranda's still in there. It's on top of her personality, but she's not completely gone.
The new brain patterns have overwhelmed her baselines. If her engrams are still there, it's at the level of background noise right now. I want to take some functional readings. Take this and get her talking while it scans her.
I'm sure you don't want to speculate, Doc, but is there anything...
I don't want to be incinerated as biohazard. I don't know why I did it. Any of it. But it's like there's a voice in my head. It was telling me to go download the data. It told me not to let you stop me. And there was nothing I could do to say no. But I didn't want to. I swear.
So this voice in your head, what else does it tell you?
It's not like a conversation. It's hard to explain. While I still can, I just want to say, Carter, I'm sorry. I really am. I hope you know that.
Don't give up on yourself just yet. We can beat this thing.
Oh, I'm not giving up.
What the?
Erect a force field between biobeds 2 and 3.
Computer, lower force field!
You do not have authorization.
I just want to live. I have a right to exist.
Give Miranda back!
1 sec. Go! I'm right behind you.
Osmia Kellam Kalujo.
Wedges I go notice texta.
What the hell are they saying? It's not in the Universal Translator.
Is that some kind of transporter pad?
The drive!
Who the hell are you?
We are Scions of the Flame.
They can't get away with that. You have to shoot Miranda. Scions of the Flame? I don't like the sound of that.
You're never gonna believe this. The reason the Universal Translator didn't recognize that language is because it's only ever been read. It's the Takan language.
Get your filthy Hotari hands off me! We'll burn your planet to the ground. Animals. Wait. No.
Rise, brother. Rejoin the flame.
This can only mean our time has come.
I'm only sorry I couldn't find a more suitable host for you.
All in good time. This is only the beginning.
They're working together? An Elidian and a Hotari?
They did something to him.
Secure the Cartabula.
Cartabula?
It's the energy source.
Spread out. Search the vault. Go back through the mine. Cut off their escape. Find them.
Time to go.
Here we frickin' go. Alright, so these are the shooting sequences. They're a bit like Time Crisis. They're also a little bit on the tough side, so let's hope we don't get killed. Though again, I haven't seen a death scene beyond the one we found today. So, here we go.
We're trapped. They're blocking the only exit.
Maybe not. Can you buy me some time?
For what?
This vehicle looks a lot tougher than that barrier.
Shoot the Hotari woman!
Jara! Get on! Hold on to something. Oh no.
Don't stop. I'll handle them.
Shoot the one driving the machine!
Yeah. Tyler! We're surrounded.
I'll get it working. I just need some time. Here we go. The lift. We're trapped.
Resolute, 2 to beam up immediately. Resolute, come in.
Jara!
Are you all right?
I think so. It hurts. What are you doing?
Hold on to me.
Commander, we read you, but there's too much interference. Transporters still can't get a lock.
Miranda was able to transport through the storm. There has to be some path through that we're not seeing.
Tetrametric radiation is saturating our sensors. There is too much interference to pick up the residual transporter signature.
Wait. Tetrametric radiation. Of course. I can align the transporter with the tetrametric signature. The crystals emit tetrametric pulses every 3.8422 seconds, roughly 26 centihertz. All of this is connected. The storm, the warp-killing field, the crystals, Miranda's alien transporter tech. Okay, I've got the transporter in calibration. There are a lot of biosigns in that mine, all stacked on top of each other. I need something to identify the commander signal. Something loud, energetic.
Understood. Commander Rydek, we have penetrated the storm's interference, but we are unable to pinpoint your signature. We need you to generate a high-energy event to help us...
High-energy event. Got it. Tylus, are you still with me?
I am.
Good. I'm going to shoot my phaser at some dilithium to cause a piezoelectric rupture.
What? Why?
Signal flare. These crystals have to be pure enough. Bigger still. Come on! Damn it. No good, too small.
Whoa! Dilithium explosion!
Is that energetic enough?
More than enough. I can lock onto their biosigns now. I've got their biosigns isolated.
Commander, we have your signal.
I'm gonna tunnel a path through the ionic interference. I've got a path. Just gotta calibrate the signal.
Oh my god, that's a lot of words. Gonna just switch over here. I messed this one up really badly the first time I played this. That was a few days ago, actually. So I'll leave this on for just like a second. Try and figure this one out yourself, and then watch along and guess if you were going to do the same button presses that I would. Alright, let's go save some folk.
I've got a lock.
Energize.
Petty Officer Diaz.
We're losing her.
The pattern is degrading. Can you hold the signal?
I'm trying. I got it. Oh, come on, come on. Yes!
Get her to sickbay.
Captain Solano and Ambassador Spock have just returned from Hotari.
Take a look at that.
Rydek, I need you on the bridge, now.
I'm here.
The Illidians are preparing to attack Hotari.
Status report.
Your systems are now fully powered. All torpedo tubes open. They're preparing to fire.
We should hail the Illidian flagship, Captain.
Readying phasers if you want them.
Stand by. Await my order. Recommendation, Commander? We need to act quickly.
Maneuver the Resolute underneath their warships. Block their shots at the planet's surface.
Clever. Shields at maximum, Mr. Herman. You heard the Commander.
Aye, Captain.
Now think twice about firing on a Federation ship.
The Illidians. They've powered down their weapons.
Odd. You sure about that, Mr. Herman?
They're venting some kind of gas from their ship. Hold on. Now all of their systems have shut down.
That's unexpected.
Commander Ermont, scan them again. We have to be sure.
No mistaking it. They're dead in the water.
What's happening?
There's an energy dampening field coming from the Tau Moon.
Take us out of range.
Aye, Captain.
Captain, flagship is hailing us.
On screen.
Zeldy to the Starship Resolute. Our main power cores are completely disabled. The more power we give, the more it takes. Running off batteries. Life support systems have failed. Unable to ventilate contaminated atmosphere.
Admiral, you are about to launch an attack on a defenseless planet.
Kobliat, you sided with the Hotari in the negotiation, but that does not matter now. My crew is going to die. Please, I beg of you. You must render assistance. System failures are compounding around my ship.
We'll help you.
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
Admiral, excuse us while we devise a rescue plan.
By my estimate, the crew only have 23 minutes before their atmospheric mix becomes lethal.
While we may not be able to transport the Illidians directly, if we were to transport them from their ship to a nearby shuttlecraft, it should be possible to amplify the transporter signal there and reroute it to the Resolute.
The Ambassador's plan is incomplete. An away team will have to beam aboard the Zeldy and set up pattern enhancers for a stable enough signal out of the dampening field.
Thank you for identifying my deficiency, Commander Chovak.
Jara, I need a senior officer in command of this. Take Chovak and Bedrosian in the shuttle, and get it done.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edselar, you will be part of the rescue mission. As will I. We will bring the shuttle within transporter range of the Zeldy, then beam you both aboard.
Beam us on board. Why?
The pattern enhancers must be placed on the Zeldy to make it possible to beam the Illidians back to the Resolute. Gather the pattern enhancers, and get to the docking bay.
We're going on the wrong mission.
Oh, what's that?
We're going to rescue the Illidians, the people that oppressed the Hotari, when we should be going to rescue Miranda. This thing that's happened to Miranda is like the Trill symbiosis joining, only worse. And I've seen too many people I care about wiped away by some greater entity to stand by while the same thing happens to her. I wanted no part of it then, and I won't stand for it now. Their bodies stolen and used like puppets.
I'm not giving up on her either. We'll get her back.
Whatever it takes.
Right now, we've got other lives to save.
Yeah.
The away team is ready.
Resolute to Shuttlecraft Melville. You're cleared for takeoff.
Acknowledged, Resolute. Melville taking off.
Alright, I think this is leading up to a nice little climax, so we're going to play through this. Not going to mess around in the asteroids. Just want to let you know that. Also, thanks for joining us, Esoterica 1, 2, 3. If you are still here, I cannot actually look at the viewer list. Let's go! Shit, I didn't actually read that thing.
Away from the lightning. Did I just completely mess that up? Taking damage 3 times will fail on mission. Green lightning will damage the shuttle. You can fly through and is created by the storm if you pilot carefully. Okay. I might have. Or that was just a checkpoint. Either way, we only have a minute. Almost there.
I got 4 seconds left.
We are within range. Any closer will put the shuttlecraft at risk.
Okay, I'm going to admit to you right now, I was totally trying to throw it there so that we just sort of redo it without having had the 2 health loss, but the game had other ideas, so let's go with it.
Preparing to transport the away team. Energizing.
The
ship's life support. It's almost completely drained.
And the other systems, too.
Oh no.
We gotta get to their transporter room.
These must close in case of emergency. They don't have enough power left to function. Carter, give them a charge with your phaser. Should make them open.
It's not working.
No power's running through any of this. We gotta get him open manually.
I am the ranking officer here. State your intentions. We are under siege. Explain yourselves.
What does it look like? We're here to rescue you.
And yet, you cannot even open a door.
Whoa there.
I am still able to stand. What are you trying to do?
We gotta get into your transporter room.
Then we can get your people off the ship.
Make sure they're evenly spaced. We need to manually adjust beam trajectory so they connect.
I got this one. You get the others.
Pattern enhancers are aligned and ready to go. Let's round them up.
These will boost the signal so we can transport through the storm. We have a shuttle outside this ship that will route the signal to the Resolute.
All crew to Transporter Room 2. We are evacuating.
We're alive.
Here they come.
Okay, coordinates. Beam status. Energizing controls.
Please step on the platform so we can evacuate you, Admiral.
The crew goes first, Arminta.
Sir.
I mean it.
You! Get on the platform already!
Okay, the interface is in Elydian, but the layout is the same as a Starfleet transporter. I just gotta do what I did before. Select the people to transport. Plot a path through the ionic interference. Okay, just have to calibrate the signal gain to get the highest possible output. Even at this range, the interference is too much. The system is suggesting better transport coordinates. Diaz, the shuttle. You're sitting right in the thick of it. I'm sending you specific coordinates for a clear signal path.
Waypoint's been added to the navigational computer. There, Commander. Give or take 50 meters.
Melville to away team. Energize.
I have the first group of Elydians in the pattern buffer. Redirecting and transmitting to the Resolute now.
This is Resolute. We have the Elydians safely aboard.
We did it! I was so worried this wouldn't work. We got this.
Good work. Keep it up.
Yes, Commander.
This is Commander Rydick. We're holding steady. Signal is good. Keep them coming.
Admiral, you're next.
I've made it clear. I only leave after those in my charge.
Sir, I must insist you go so you can lead our people. I will see to any stragglers.
Yes, that may be for the best. But first, let me thank our human saviors. I'll pin medals on your uniforms when this is over.
We're not out of the woods yet, sir. So if you don't mind...
Ah, yes. Forgive me.
We're ready for transport.
Get the Admiral to safety.
Energize. sending available power to the annular confinement beam. I have the Illidians in the pattern buffer, but I cannot resolve their signal to send them through to the Resolute, nor can I materialize them here.
We need a better position with the Resolute.
I am losing their patterns. I need more power, but internal relays are not functioning.
I'll do it manually. Do it!
I am trying. I will lose the transport if I do not have more time. The signal is resolving.
Please!
Finish the transport!
I have them. Transport complete. She is injured. Lieutenant Bedrosian has been injured, but the last transport was successful.
Thanks, B.
Unfortunately, our shuttle systems were damaged by the power surge. We can no longer serve as the transporter node.
Carter, these readings are off the charts. The source of the storm is on this ship. That must have been the power surge when it came on board.
You're right. That's a con energy source. If they call it the Cartabula, it's here.
Is that?
The intruders are preparing to bring the Zeldi to war.
And we're about to be stuck on it.
There is an old Illidian saying about leaping off the hot skillet and falling to the flame below.
Yeah, we got that one too.
This is an opportunity for us. We're on this ship. We can stay in the shadows. See where they're taking the Cartabula. Do something to stop them.
You always wanted the chance to do something big.
That's all well and good, but if we're not getting off this ship, we're really backed into a corner here.
We can't get off this ship.
But maybe I could target somewhere on the ship.
We are reading the warp engines powering up.
Yeah, we picked up on that.
We do not have a way to evacuate you from the Zeldi. The shuttlecraft is too heavily damaged.
That's all right, Commander. We have a plan of our own. We're gonna stay on this ship.
That is very bold of you, Mr. Diaz. Live long and prosper.
I hear voices down the corridor.
It will be here soon.
I'll guard the door. You just get us out of here, Diaz.
Hey, Stretch. Help us with this map. Find somewhere as remote as you can.
They're almost here.
There. The aft cargo bay.
That is acceptable.
Sounds good to me.
Whatever you're doing, do it now!
We're locked in. Order transport.
on, Belle!
Belle!
It's too late for him. Carter!
3 to transport. Energize.
Zeldi does not appear to have left any warp signature at all. I cannot track its trajectory. Our duty often calls for sacrifice. She knows it, and our people on the Zeldi know it.
Contact the Resolute, Mr. Chovak. Have them bring us back. And tell them we'll need medical waiting for Lieutenant Bedrosian.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, I saw the autosave symbol, so that is our cue. Just let this play a little bit longer, so that we can be sure. Yeah, that's rough stuff. That was also a very, very intense stretch that we just ran through. I think that's a good place to leave it. Let's see what's up with everybody. Edsalar felt overwhelming pride for her friend Carter when he reacted with a positive attitude upon learning they were stranded aboard the Zeldi. Good. I think this is from last week. Our concern for her well-being sent her to sickbay instead of the brig. We didn't see the little icon saying that she doesn't like us after we shot her in the stomach. So I think that's as good of a sign as any that that is not Miranda Maris. Lieutenant Commander Chovak was seriously impressed by Carter's undaunted courage when he learned there would be no rescue attempt aboard the Zeldi. And these are also from last week. Though I think Spock would be very proud of us. For sure. Let us start all the way from the right, as we did last time. Calloway, no change. Chovak, no change. Same with Duval. Same with Ermot. Tylus felt proud after Jar supported the way she handled the guard in the mines on Tau, but she was shaken by her encounter with another guard, so she was grateful for Jar's leadership and experience. What we don't know is how she's doing. I'm assuming that she's in sickbay, and hopefully we see her next week. It's getting shot in the side like that is also no good. Commander Westbrook has not changed his opinion since last episode. Same with Spock. Skip Lieutenant Bedrosian. Captain Solana was encouraged with Jar's empathy when the Elydian admiral appealed for help. As you saw, we had a lot of choices there, but again, kind of playing it the most Starfleet way possible. We're here to mediate a dispute. We're not here to take sides, even though we were asked a direct question and said we would. It was the only way I could see this going, right? Which brings us to Lieutenant Bedrosian. Lieutenant Bedrosian was thrilled to have Jar's support and encouragement during the Elydian rescue mission, but may never forgive Jar for the plasma blast that left her permanently disfigured. Well, it's bad enough that her icon changed, everybody's got their grins or their neutral expressions, but this is... I mean, she got messed up. So, I think that's where we're going to call it. Thanks again for joining. And hopefully see you at this time next Tuesday. I don't know how much longer this game is, but this feels like a really, really, like, big chunk before the end. So, hopefully next week, if not the week after, and see you around. Have a good time, everybody. Have a good rest of the week. That's what I meant to say. Bye.